I'm late. I'm late getting this thing started. Man, what a slacker. Hold on. Gotta finish this. I start every day with a pint glass of water. Hold on. Should I turn the light on? Yeah. Okay. I'm not always good about drinking enough water, so big glass of water first thing in the morning, and it's a place to put the coffee. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is it's hot. It's hot. Friday. Woo! June 21st, 2019. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. You might be asking, what kind of amateur operation is this? This is the amateur operation of First Cup. Run entirely by me before I've had a cup of coffee, which is ridiculous. Why do I even do this show? Because I enjoy doing this show. And you guys watch it. Oh, I don't need that yet. Oh my God. Hung out with Mr. Hartz, Mr. Daniel Hartz, friend of the show, multi-time guest on the show, friend of me. Last night, he and his family and some friends hosted a game night. Had a great time. But of course, he lives nearly an hour away, so. Oh, I got home late. And now I'm tired. Because I haven't caught up on sleep from travel on Tuesday. But that is on the agenda for this weekend, is sleeping. If you look at my calendar, it says sleeping. It actually doesn't, but it should. So what was yesterday? Yesterday was Thursday. And not my most productive day. Typically Friday is a day where I can just kind of, I don't want to say phone it in, but you know, I can kind of ease myself into the weekend. That's not happening today. There's a pile of stuff going on. I got a lot to do. I don't want to have a lot to do. I don't really have a choice. So, oh, it is good. It's good coffee. I think I need to use more grounds in this Costa Rican stuff. So, what am I doing this weekend? Working outside in the yard. If it's nice tomorrow, I might go for a hike. And I'm recently obsessed with this idea of selling like almost everything I have. Came out of my trip to Costa Rica. I want less stuff. I don't need all this stuff. So I'm going to have a garage sale. So I'm going to start putting things in the garage for a garage sale. Very intrigued by this idea. So much stuff that I don't need. So, yeah. That's this weekend. But right now, we're going to answer some questions. And if you would like to ask me a question, you can do so by dropping it below. And I will answer it on the next episode of First Cup. If you're watching later, you can still do that. If you're listening, you could email instead, jeremy@whistlekick.com. But you really should check out the video, because then you get to see the facial expressions that I make, which is somehow important. All right. Oh, you know what I didn't talk about yesterday? And I was kind of mad at myself. We've got this new project going called I Am a Martial Artist. So here's the history of this. And this was the entirety of yesterday's podcast episode on Martial Arts Radio, whistlekick, or available right here on YouTube. So Sensei Amanda Cass, she's been on the show. Really like the vibe that she's got going. I love what she's doing with her social media. And we came up with the idea for this project, this I Am a Martial Artist. And the gist is you make a video outlining what martial arts means to you, how martial arts is in your life, how you are a martial artist. Tag it with I am a martial artist, and let's see if we can get this to spread. I believe that more people doing martial arts is a good thing. I believe we have more in common than we do that separates us. And I believe that we don't do much to focus on that. So we're trying to get this to go viral. This isn't about whistlekick. It's not about us. I would have a tremendous amount of pride. I'm sure Sensei Cass would as well. If we could look at this in a few weeks, few months, and say, wow, look at all the people who've done these videos, and we started this. Has nothing to do with, it has nothing to do, but it's not something that we're saying, you have to put whistlekick on this. Like, we don't own this at all. It's an attempt to get our broader community of martial artists to participate. So, I did a video which aired yesterday. Sensei Cass's video was the first one that came out yesterday, and I've already started to see a few others. So super cool. If you look at hers, it's awesome. I mean, some high level video and production. You look at mine, it was me with a camera, with my phone on a tripod in the backyard. It went as simple the other direction as you could go. I want everybody to make these videos. I want you to look at how terrible mine is, and I kind of did that intentionally to show you that it doesn't have to be anything special. It's just you telling your story simply. Go watch or listen to the episode. All right. I'm gonna drink a lot of coffee today, I can already tell. I had a lot of coffee yesterday too. Okay. All right. What do you think is the most divisive issue in martial arts today? Whew. I think the most divisive issue is around the importance of the practicality of technique. There are a lot of people who think that if a movement or a practice or anything in martial arts does not directly relate to making you better in self-defense, it is not relevant. And the number of people that believe that, it's either growing or they're just becoming more vocal. And I think that is a shame, because martial arts is about so much more. If you play your cards right, if you do everything well, you will never be in a fight. But you will, every day of your life, interact with other people, have to hold yourself accountable, have goals, and all the other things that martial arts helps us get better at. So when people say forms don't make you a better fighter, first, I could argue that. But let's assume that they don't. They do make you a better person. And to me, that's the goal of martial arts. What's next? It's a great question. And one that the only reason I'm cutting it short is because I've talked on that subject a lot. And it just makes me sad. It bums me out that so many people are down on so many aspects of martial arts. What do you think is the most uniting issue in martial arts today? I like this question. I don't think I've answered this. most uniting. I think the idea that martial arts makes you better. I think we all agree that martial arts is worthwhile. If we didn't, we wouldn't be doing it. Martial arts, in whatever form you train it, helps you reach your goals however you define them. If it did not, you would not do it. Your goals could be fitness, self-defense, competition. There are a lot of goals. And I think that even when we consider the divisiveness of something like forms, we're arguing about martial arts because we love it. Martial arts is kind of weird. We punch our friends in the face and we thank them. They thank us. We pay for this privilege. It takes time away from your friends and your family. Maybe your job. I got an email from someone the other day who said that they've turned down promotions at work because if they accepted the promotion, it would restrict their ability to train. I mean, let's be real. Martial arts is not something that the majority of the world looks at and thinks makes sense. People look at people who go to the gym and work out. They might not do it, but they say they see the value, they get it. They can all see the value of, joining a rec basketball league. But if most people are going to be honest, they think martial arts is silly. They might still see the value in it, but they see it as silly. I see it as silly. What we do is kind of weird. I don't know if that's a good thing. What do you think? Is that a good thing? What was your favorite part of going to Costa Rica? There are a lot of favorite parts. The coffee was a favorite part. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I posted a number of photos from a wildlife park I got to visit. Sanctuary Rehabilitation Center, whatever you want to call it. Some really cool animals. There was a iguana running around, and I got really close. He was enormous. Far bigger than even the biggest iguanas I'd seen. Well, longer than the iguanas I'd seen on the Galapagos. Being able to sleep in without an alarm. Let's see. No alarm 3 days in a row. I can't remember the last time in my life I did that. That was glorious. There were monkeys at the wildlife park. They were all behind cages. Did not get to interact with any of them. Hanging out with the dog that I flew down with was awesome. Hanging out with Colin, father of the dog, was great. Got to practice my Spanish. It was a nice time. I just wish it had been longer. Oh, man. So don't forget, if you want to ask a question, drop it below. I'll answer it on Monday. We do this show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. You can catch it later at firstcupwithjeremy.com or in your podcast app. And now for your homework. Okay. We tend to look at the world through this unifying versus divisive. Wow. How do you say that word? Divisive. Unifying versus divisive. I'm very tired, apparently. In this unifying versus split dichotomy. Of course, things are more shades of gray than they are black and white. Yawning. All right. But there are things that are black and white. There are things that are shades of gray. A lot of times people try to convince us that things that are actually shades of gray are black and white. And I think it's important to recognize when that's not the case. Most of the issues that media portrays to us as black and white are gray. And if you accept that black and white standard, it makes things really unhappy. It makes people unhappy. It makes the issue ridiculous. So over the weekend, I want you to be aware of the grayscale issues that are being presented to you as black and white. You don't have to do anything. Don't have to take any action. Just notice. I think you'll find that there are quite a few. And if you're someone who tries to reduce the world from gray to black and white, ask yourself why. Are you looking for simplicity in things that don't need to be simplified? Shouldn't be simplified? Or are you simply trying to defend your position? That's all I got. See you back here on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna stay right on this couch and sit and drink my coffee and try to finish waking up.